What's good, everybody? So, anyways, I actually started recording this video quite some time ago, but when I went back to go and check the recordings, I actually played one of the videos and I noticed literally every single clip that I recorded does not have the audio recorded. So unfortunately, I won't be able to use the beginning of the video. I basically had broken down literally like why I took an entry on this specific trade, etc., and everything else. So you guys can see here's the beginning of the recording, when I actually took my entries. But it is what it is, you gotta move on from it. So what I initially wanted to do was pretty much break down this trade from start to finish, why I took the trade, where my targets are, and basically just kind of like looking at the overall entire ideology of my trading methodology. Now, when it came down to me taking this position on GJ, first I'm going to kind of break down why I see GJ continuing to go down. So whenever I like to trade, I always start off on a weekly time frame, and if we take a look at GJ over the last few weeks, price has continuously made lower highs while maintaining its same lows. The highest point being 168, call it almost 169, the lowest point being 160. So that is a huge range to start looking for basically any price movement from these areas. Now, looking at it from a smaller time frame perspective, because I don't trade based off the weekly time frame, although I'm very well aware where price is at on the weekly, I basically look for trades in between my daily and 4-hour zones. So I have three main zones that I'm looking at here, which is 166.250, 163.900, and 161.121. So yesterday was an important day in the markets, in the financial markets, because we had the CPI release with the CPI news that was expected to be at 9.1%, and it actually came out at 8.5%, which is a great sign that inflation is actually slowing down, and we could potentially see, a bull run come in the markets. And what I mean by a bull run is basically we saw price on the stock market continue to go up from this kind of previous trend that we've seen, I want to say starting July. Now, when it comes down to GJ, so GJ is a little bit of a different case. I've been looking to short GJ for the last few days, and I'm quite upset because I had taken a trade on GJ, I believe Monday night, that actually played out this morning with CPI, because CPI news pushed price in my favor. And I was actually short all throughout this range over here, and I only saw a maximum of 10 pip draw, then I was in 75 lots. My initial target is the same, 161, 120, and that's because of the area we are in at the daily. Major daily supports 161, 120. Mid-range support is going to be 163, 900, and then the daily resistance levels 166, 184. Since price did reject the 163, actually I gotta update the signal room real quick, so take profit to hit. 850 is another target that we just hit. We're at 820 now, and I'm currently up $36,000, right? But now that price had rejected 163,900, I was looking for price to continue to come down and retest 161, 120, which is my major level of support here on the daily time frame. Decided to go short with the daily after the big rejection we had of 163,900, and price gave us this bearish engulfing here on the daily time frame, which is a great sign that price has a good probability to continue to go down. Initially, that's why I sold all the way up here. Sadly, with CPI, I did end up closing pretty much along this candlestick closure here on this 4-hour time frame, which price then continued to go in my favor. And this was more of an emotional reaction. I ended up closing out of fear, because after price pumping down into my favor, being almost up $80,000, price came all the way back. I mean, I gave literally 50% of my profit back to the market, which is $40,000, and price closed above this intraday level of support, which is why I decided to exit the position early. Now that price had actually broken under that intraday level of support, as you guys can see here, so my orange lines are pretty much intraday levels. Now that price had broken under this intraday level of support, I was also contemplating on going short here at 162,653 for a break and retest setup, which most of you guys who have been following me for the last few years know that's kind of like my bread and butter setup. That's a setup I like to put a lot of money behind, or a lot of money behind that specific trade, because it just tends to always, not always, but typically more than not, plays out in my favor. Especially in a situation like this where price had rejected this area multiple times, I saw a great probability with price continuing to drop after this break and retest setup. But that break and retest setup happened near the end of the New York session, and it just simply wasn't a trade I was comfortable with taking, so I decided to continue to wait it out. Price then formed this area of support here on the 30-minute time frame, and that's when I literally started to stack positions. As you guys can see, price did go in my favor and then pulled back up on me, which gave me an opportunity to actually continue to add to my sell position, my current short position. And basically, once price broke under this 15-minute support here, basically price started ranging. Right, once it broke under this 15-minute support here and actually broke under, made new lows, it pulled back to 162.250, where I then contemplated if price were to break above this resistance level, then I would actually close my positions at maybe a small win, like $5,000. I personally consider that break even. But regardless of the fact, I continued to add into my position, and now price is going in my favor, and currently I am up $36,000 on this specific trade. Now, when it comes to targets, you know, there's a few targets that I'm looking at. So as of right now, my main target is going to be 161.120, which is about 100 pips away. And price so far looks really great to continue to go down to that area on this 4-hour time frame. If price breaks under 161.120, which I'm not going to be too certain of, then, you know, obviously we'll target the next major area, which is going to be 159.500, which, I mean, if price gets there, that's literally a home run trade. That's 220 pips from where price is currently at, which means I'll make about $250,000 to maybe $300,000. Now, I'm not hopeful for that to happen, but if it does happen, then great. That'll be my biggest trade of the year. My biggest trade of the year so far right now is a $220,000 gain in a single day, which you guys can go see the post and the withdrawal of that specific trade on my Instagram. But right now, price is looking good. I forgot to call the take profit to hit. So obviously, every single trade that I do take, well, the majority of the trades that I take are called in the signal room. So if you guys are interested in joining the signal room, you could see the link down in the description to join. Also, remember, if you guys want to see more free content, you guys are more than welcome to join the Telegram with the link down in the description. Pretty much I break down the majority of the moves and what we can expect from price here. So this is where I expected and pretty much told my free Telegram, hey, you know, we're going to be looking for a drop into the 161.200 range, which is about 115 pips. So if you guys want to join the free Telegram, just make sure you check out the link in the description. Other than that, I'm going to continue to hold my GJ position. I'm not going to lie, I'm honestly super exhausted, so I'm probably just going to go lay down in bed for the next few hours while continuing to monitor this position. Obviously, I cannot go to sleep on this position because there's a very important area with GJ that GJ does need to break, and it is this hour low. The first important area was this hourly support, which I actually had right here, which it did reject. Now, I didn't close the position on this bullish engulfing candlestick because this is normal price action movement. Normally you have some consolidation where big decisions are being made, an extension to the downside, a pullback, and then consolidation, and then now price is forming that extension to the downside. So I should see a pretty clean move from this point on to 161.120. After that, you know, it's kind of like we'll see what happens. But, you know, if price breaks through 161.120, then I'm obviously going to hold. If price gets there and I see momentum slow down, I'm going to close. Regardless of the fact that 161.120, I'm looking to make a 6-figure gain, which will be great. But as of right now, I'm up 40K on my position, which is, I mean, fantastic. But price is just starting to go in my favor. So let's see what happens when price gets to 161.690. If it breaks under 161.690, then we should definitely say go to 161.120. Anyways, guys, I will update you guys when I close the position, and we'll cover P&L and everything else. All right, everybody. So quick update. It's been a few hours already. I think it's been like an hour so far. I just wanted to update you guys. So this is an important zone that I'm looking at here on GJ on this hourly time frame, mainly because it is at this intraday level of support. Now, I'm going to continue to hold the position until I see how this hourly candlestick closes, because we are in the middle of, I don't want to say the middle, but kind of just that starting point of a real extension where we pretty much came to a lower low point. So if I were to literally paint this picture out for you guys, right, when we look at bearish market structure, this is how we look at bearish market structure, right? And at this point in time, this is where current GJ price action is trading at, pretty much halfway through the extension to the downside. What I'm looking to, since I'm kind of in multiple positions throughout this whole thing, right, maybe call it maybe something like this, right? What I'm looking to do is catch the rest of this, and currently this is where GJ is currently trading at. So it's a very important area that I need to pay a lot of attention to, because what could happen is price could double bottom, go up in the opposite direction, and either keep going or form a little bit of a smaller lower high, a descending wedge, and then price continue to go to the downside. More importantly though, I need to be able to mainly focus on price action here. Try not and focus on my P&L, because when you start focusing on your P&L too much, you're gonna get a lot more emotionally attached to the current profit that you saw. So initially, before price started to pull back here again, it did hit the take profit 3 on the signal, so I called that out, and I was up literally like 50K. So me being up $50,000, you know, it is a substantial amount of money, but again, you have to keep the bigger picture in mind here, right? I'm looking at price action. I'm looking for the actual move to play out itself. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be oblivious and just kind of let the trade go complete break even. That's not going to be the case, right? But at the same time, I need to be able to maintain myself as much as I possibly can, because although this is an important area, what I also see here as well is that this is kind of like this zone for the support level. And we're kind of trading to the bottom of the zone, which is showing us great selling pressure. And as long as this hour candlestick can close under, I'll continue to hold. Once it closes above, I'm closing the position and going right to bed. Anyways, guys, I'll continue to update as the trade moves. All right, guys, so 8 a.m. New York session has finally started. Been holding this trade for quite some time now, probably since around like 11 p.m. In the last almost 7 hours or so, I want to say. I've gone from break even, obviously, from when I first entered the position, to almost $60,000 in floating profit. Was up 60K at this low here, but we should see volume come in. I'm going to continue to hold the position because price did close under the lows here, which is 161,684. So I'm going to try and hold the position for a little bit longer. And I'm sorry if my voice is kind of shaky. It is literally freezing in my house right now. I'm going to go get a hoodie. But oh wow, prices it looks like there's a lot of strong bearish volume right now with prices, you guys can see, up currently $63,000 on this position, about to hit take profit 5 in the signal room, as you guys can see up here, right? So anyways, gonna continue to hold the position. Hopefully this trade keeps running to my last target, which is 161,200, which we aren't even that far away from 161,200. We're about 25 pips, so 6-figure day, 100K. Let's see, who knows. 5 minute is looking absolutely fantastic. Let's kind of just wait and see what goes on over the next few hours. Hopefully it is a 6-figure day, but you know, just let's kind of wait and see. All right, guys, so after a few hours, my last take profit of 161,200 is literally about to be hit. Currently up $80,000, which is amazing. You know, a lot of hard work, dedication, persistence, sleepless nights, as you guys can tell. I probably look like shit led up to this point, but you know, I honestly, like, I want to hold the position just because the way things are looking on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, they look fantastic. To drop even lower, it's going to be very tough. I'm not going to lie, to want to hold this position because this is a big area of liquidity, as you can obviously tell. But then, like, kind of turning things over to a new leaf, right? Fibonacci extension, we're looking at the negative 27 at 161,150. So there's a lot of signs that GJ could definitely continue to go down. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to hold. I need to update the signal room here. TP5 hit, that's the Telegram. Okay, just making sure both of them are sent. So I mean, honestly, it's kind of wait and see what happens in the next few hours. I may potentially close here, not sure just yet. I mean, 75K is still 75K is still 75K. So you know, I think I'm just gonna probably get out here the next few minutes. Let me pull up my chart again. I'm gonna be paying attention a lot to the 5-minute time frame, 15-minute as well, just to make sure volatility momentum is still in my favor. GBP, JPY. The thing is, the 4-hour hasn't even closed yet on GJ. So this next 4-hour, the 9 a.m. candlestick, could be the candlestick that completely rips to the downside. But then, you know, that's, you know, a risk that I'd have to look at to see if the potential reward would be worth it. Because realistically, if price does break under 161,200, which is pretty much where I'm looking to target, then the next area would be like 160,800, then 160,370, then 160 or 160 flat basically. So I'd kind of have to wait and see what goes on over the next couple hours. I will keep you guys updated though. You know what, guys, there's a lot of buying pressure at this area, and honestly I'm just gonna kind of close the position here. Gonna give it a few more seconds, gonna wait for that 5-minute closure, see how it closes. If it doesn't close under 161,400, then I'm gonna close the position, because there is a lot of buying pressure, which is obvious. There's gonna be a lot of take profiting at this area. I just literally lost 15k, 10k. So I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. You know what? I think I'm gonna get out here. I'm just really paying attention to momentum on this 5-minute time frame. This 5-minute momentum keeps up to the downside, then I'm gonna hold, obviously. So right now it looks like it's keeping up. I wish I could. I'm just trying to focus here as much as possible. So okay, that's where I get out. And there you guys have it, $60,000 trading day. Was that 75k? But you know what? It is what it is, guys. 60k day, still a great day. And yeah, on to the next trade. You know what? I'm actually gonna withdraw like $25,000 from the trading account here. Give me a second, guys. All right, guys. So this is the results of the trade. After many hours of holding, I made a $62,000 gain, which is great. Withdrew $12,000 from the trading account just so I can have money, just to go kind of do whatever. Just decided to withdraw 12k because why not? You know, just decided to pay myself for the hard work. Rest of the money is left in the trading account to compound, to eventually make more money, obviously. But other than that, guys, it was a great trade. Definitely had a few psychological barriers with this trade, like with this candlestick here, and then holding through this support here, and then obviously when it came to the targets. So then you guys can see my thought process and everything else on pretty much how I decided to actually manage this position. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. Make sure you guys go comment and tell me you guys want to see more videos like this, and I'll continue to make more. If you guys are interested in joining the Signal Room, then make sure you guys do check out the link in the description. It will be the Telegram link. If you want to join the free Telegram for more free trading content, then you can also join. The link will also be in the description. Anyways, hopefully everyone has a great rest of their day. Take care, everybody.